What is going on YouTube? It's McLean here with the Off-Road Rhino, back at you this week with another video. This week's video is going to be a little bit of a composite video because we filmed a part of it back in the beginning of March and then we had to wait to film the rest of it until now, and here's why. The topic of today's video is how we paid off our Jeep. The reason that this segment is about a month later than the first segment of the video is because we were waiting for this. This is the title to our Jeep, which we officially have, and we're super excited to have paid it off. So as we're getting into today's video, I just wanted to thank those of you who are already subscribed to the channel. If you're new here, please do us a favor and subscribe. We love to make off-road videos and we love to share them with people, so we're really pleased with how our channel has been growing. Leave a comment to let us know how we can continue to progress. You know, we're always taking feedback, we're trying to improve the quality of our videos, so we really appreciate any feedback that we get in the comments. For the first half of this video, I'm gonna flash back to the beginning of March and what took place there, how we paid off our Jeep. It was a pretty funny event. We made something out of it. And then the second half of the video, I'm gonna talk more specifically about what steps we took to pay off our Jeep Wrangler within 2 years of buying it. And so with that, we'll go back to the beginning of March. What's going on YouTube? It's McLean here with the Off-Road Rhino.
And I'm Gabby.
Back at you again this week, ya boy, ya girl, with another video. We're so excited to make this video, you guys, because this video is all about paying off our Jeep Wrangler. We've had our Jeep for 2 years now. We're paying it off today. So excited.
Stay tuned to follow us when we pay it off.
Yep, about to pay it off right now. Okay, so that was an epic fail. We thought that the branch would be open at Saturday morning at about 10 o'clock, and their hours are from 9 to 4.
No, 9 to 2. 9
to 2, drive-through only.
Like, we waited till Saturday so we could do this together.
So, here's what's up. How fitting, we're gonna go pay our Jeep off through the drive-through at the bank with this $2 bill.
Today, sir?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How can I help you?
Could I get a large 2009 Jeep Wrangler, please?
Yeah, man. That'll just be $1 for you.
$1. $2.
All right, man. One Jeep Wrangler coming right out.
Thank you very much.
Have a good weekend, guys.
So as you can see, nothing ever goes smoothly. We planned on walking in there. We had a couple ideas how we could make an event out of it, like paying it off with pennies at the counter or something like that, but the drive-through was the only place open on Saturday. So how fitting that we paid our Jeep off through the drive-through, and we now, a couple weeks later, have the title. So what I want to talk about now is just some of the specific steps that we took to do this and why we felt like it was important. So first of all, we bought our Jeep in March of 2017. It was a 2009. The final amount on our loan was about $25,000. Really, this was our first car that we'd ever purchased together. We hadn't really had a car payment. We hadn't really had a loan, anything like that. All of this was new to us. And so we just started paying the minimum payment, and a few months went by and we started to get thirsty for Jeep upgrades. And so while we were paying the minimum payment on our loan, we upgraded our tires from 33-inch tires to 37-inch tires. That was about a $2,500 upgrade. And then we realized that some other things on our Jeep wouldn't fly with those tires. We felt okay about the Dana 44, so we didn't do any axle upgrades yet. We did realize that with our current lift that came with the Jeep, we couldn't fit these 37-inch tires under our stock flares. So the flares had to go. We needed some new flares. Tire carrier wasn't going to be able to handle the 37, so we needed a new tire carrier. The following month after that, we had to spend about $1,000 on some new fender flares and a new rear bumper with a tire carrier that could hold our 37, and then a couple other miscellaneous items to make that work. The tires and the miscellaneous upgrades, we put both of those things on a 0% APR credit card and started chunking payments away at that. And so that took a couple months to get that paid off. Some time rolled around after we put the 37s on. We knew that we were gonna have to re-gear since our engine was the 3.8 liter that's in the pre-2011 JKs, and it's the minivan motor. So we knew that that was gonna be on the horizon, but we made it work for a couple months with the 37s with our stock gears, and eventually we were in a place where we got the fender flares paid off and we got the tires paid off, and we were kind of ready to repeat the same process. Load it up on a credit card, 0% APR, and then pay it off after a couple months. So we upgraded our gears to 5.38 gears, and that upgrade was about $2,000 for all that work, but it was worth it. It made a huge difference in the way our Jeep drives every day on the highway with the 37-inch tires. So we don't regret that. That was really the last thing, the last big thing anyway, that we felt like we needed at the time. And once I paid that off, something kind of flipped in my mind where I was just in this like mode of knocking out debt. We didn't have any other debt other than the vehicle and just the various things that we were adding to our credit cards to go into the vehicle. So we were in this mode of just knocking out debt. We'd charge up the card, but then we'd pay it off really fast. Once the card was paid off and there was nothing else to go on it, and my mind went, why not just go to the Jeep next? Why don't we just pay off the whole thing? We talked about it a little bit, and it was kind of daunting at first. The budgeting that we would need to do, so it was gonna be more long-term, not just maybe like 1 or 2 tight months to pay something off really fast. It was gonna be like a year and a half of tight months to get the Jeep paid off. And we go to Easter Jeep Safari in 2018, and we're just getting wrecked. And what I mean by that is we're out at Easter Jeep Safari with a few of our four-wheeling friends. We're with Jensen from Red Rock Crawlers, check his channel out. We're with Steven at Amp Jeep on Instagram. He's the orange Jeep you've seen in some of our videos. We've got a few other friends out with us, and they are just cruising along on these dirt roads to get to the trails, and we are lagging behind because our suspension just isn't adequate enough to let us cruise on these dirt roads with any kind of comfort. And we didn't even realize how much we were missing out on until we saw how everybody else could just cruise on these roads and we were left behind. Another thing that was happening is our lift kit wasn't high enough, or our shocks were just too worn out to keep our tires from biting into the body of the Jeep. We trimmed our pinch seams, but even still, our rear tires would just shove up into the rear fender area and get cut up on that seam. And it happened over and over and over again. Anytime we'd go into some kind of dip or rut and the body would roll, we would just brace ourselves because we knew we would hear that tire tread getting torn up back there. And so basically after that Easter Jeep Safari, we knew we needed a lift kit. And thinking back, I can't believe we made it work for so long. We had the Jeep for like a year and a month, so 13 months. With this lift kit, it was not good, guys. So we started to look at lift kit options, and we went with the 3.5-inch Metal Cloak Game Changer lift with no shocks. And then on the side, we purchased TerraFlex Falcon shocks and paired the two together. And oh wow, it is so much better. The Jeep is a few inches taller. There's no more bite on those rear tires. It's so much smoother. Being able to adjust the Falcon shocks is great. But that did set us back about $3,500 between the lift and the shocks. After the lift kit, we really took a big break from buying Jeep things, and we really just focused on paying it down. And it was a struggle every month, a mental battle to make sure that we had enough to make significant payments towards the Jeep and pay it down. But once the balance got below $10,000 and it was just a 4-digit number now, it really sparked just a lot of drive in us, and we would look forward to making every payment because we were excited to see how much the balance went down. And finally, we ended up in a spot where we had enough in our savings and in our tax return coming where we could say, okay, like this is gonna finish it off, let's pull it out of savings and let's do it. And in the end, between the amount of money that we made toward the end of the year and the tax return that we got in January, we were actually able to finish off the loan without taking anything out of savings, so it was great. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'd appreciate any questions you guys have in the comments, or you can DM us on Instagram at Offroad Rhino. Again, if you're new to the channel and you like what we're doing here, please do us a favor and subscribe. It really helps us out. Also, check out our merch. I put the link in the description. Hope you guys have a great week. We have some more trail videos coming up. Easter Jeep Safari is coming up soon, so stay tuned for some more great off-road content, you guys. Have a great week.